have been awakened over the past 36 years by Rabbi Jeffrey Serkman. How many blessings has he bestowed on our comings and goings? In the words of the psalmist, Ein mispar, there's no measure, they are uncountable. And yet tonight, we, his beloved covenantal community, we seek to celebrate and lift up just a fraction of the impact he has made on this place over 36 years. On each of us, on our parents, our children, and grandchildren. Most of this service is actually a surprise for Rabbi Serkman, which is very difficult for him. Because it's probably the only service in 36 years where he has no idea what's going to happen. But it will be, we hope, a tapestry of voices that have nourished him over these years as he has nourished all of us. And in typical Jeffrey fashion, it turns out that while this night has been in the making for many, many months as a celebration and tribute to him, it's really actually a gift to all of us. At a time when being Jewish might feel a little bit lonely after weeks of heaviness and hurt, tonight you give us a gift. The great gift of community overflowing, of joyous song and soul-stirring prayer, of having a genuine and worthy reason to celebrate. How I know we all need it. So with many thanks to our reunion band, many of Rabbi Serkman's buddies from over the years, to our talented musicians and choirs, this extended mishpacha, which has lovingly gathered from near and far, let us all set aside the heavy baggage we've been carrying. Let us sink into Shabbat. May it awaken our souls.
Awaken my soul to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll, both a guest and a gift in this life I am living. May I be for a blessing as I come and I go.
We begin, as always, kindling light, bringing more light into the darkness of our world. And we want to invite up for that honor of lighting our Sabbath candles, Nina Carlos and Leilig Selig, our Banot Mitzvah for tomorrow morning, along with their moms, Dana and Cheryl, as well as for a second set of candles, Sophie Serkman and Rabbi Serkman's sister, Rhonda Bombard. You would join us up here.
Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
How many Jews does it take to light a Shabbos candle?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We add some sweetness to our Shabbat, rising together for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, ve'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereishit, ki hu yom techilah lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodeshecha be'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
So Nina and Layla, Mazel Tov, we look forward to celebrating with you and your families tomorrow. As they make their way back to their seats, we invite everyone to get comfortable, to turn to the words of Kabbalat Shabbat as Beged Kefet leads us in joyous song to welcome the Sabbath.
ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ירם הים ומלואו, יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי ההר. שלום עליכם מלכי השרת, מלכי השרת, מלכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום מלכי השלום, מלכי השלום, מלכי עליון. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyonim, Malachei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Seifchem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyonim, Malachei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Malachei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu. Akadosh Baruch Hu.
If this were a Beggar Cafe performance, there'd be a little patter right here.
And there it was.
Yep. Thank you.
Mizmor, shir leyom HaShabbat, leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor, shir leyom HaShabbat, leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat. Lehagit b'boker chastecha ve'emunatecha, b'halelot b'boker le'halayla. Mizmor, shir leyom HaShabbat, leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor, shir uzamer l'shimcha elyon, l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor, shir leyom HaShabbat, leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat, shir leyom HaShabbat.
The words of Lechadodi, these words of welcome. We'll do the verses that are in your booklet, and when we reach the final verse, we'll stand, face the doors, and welcome that Shabbat queen. And after we are done with the enthusiasm that we have gained from her, we'll turn to the people around us in our area, a little different tonight, and greet each other, meet each other, punim to punim. Lechadodi, Nikra Kala,
בנה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נשואה לסוף מספרת ותקה לה לה
לך דודי לקרא כלה בני שבת נקבלה
להדודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה להדודי להדודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה
אוהבי ושלום תרפלה גם בשמחה ובסולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה
להדודי
לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה להדודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה להדודי I mean, we're going to take it to church. It's our MLK special.
Got the same mics. This thing falls off. They've got the same mics that this little thing falls off. I'm putting it back on. The rubber thing falls off. I just do it too all the time.
Would you all please take your seats?
We remain standing as we ready ourselves for Baruch. Please rise and get ready to pray. One more of those. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the ones who blesses. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the ones who blesses. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the one who blesses. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Le'olam Va'ed. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the ones who blesses. Come, all of you. Come, all of us. Bless the one who
You may now be seated. We now have the joy to welcome the Straight Gate Church's Judah Choir.
I love you, Lord, for your mercies never failed me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness
of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You were close. I know you as a father. Know you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Hey! All my life you have been faithful. All of my life you've been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. So good with every breath. Every breath I'm able, I'm gonna sing for the goodness of God. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meotecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshochbecha uvkumecha uvshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beineinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
So as you can see throughout your Shabbat booklet, there are many quotes.
These are some of Rabbi Serkman's most beloved teachers and inspirations, of which he has inspired all of us with over the last 36 years. A quote by Elie Wiesel. "There is much to be done. There is much that can be done. One person of integrity can make a difference of life and death. As long as one dissident is in prison, our freedom will not be true. As long as one child is hungry, our lives will be filled with anguish and shame. What all these victims need above all is to know that they are not alone. That freedom depends on ours. The quality of our freedom depends on theirs."
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. Let's try that together. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. Who is like you? 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 Adonai. מלכותך ראו בניך בוקי הים לפני משה ומרים צאלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Who is like you? Adonai. We rise for our Amidah. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Adonai Sfatai Tiftach. Ufi Yagid Tehi
seated.
For the gift of our souls, for the promise of our lives, for all we are and all we might become, for the creative seeds sown within our minds, whose nurturing can yield a grand harvest. For all these gifts, we thank you, O God, and pray that we prove ourselves worthy. Together, may our lives be ripe with the fruit of compassion, sweetly sustaining those in need. May we use our gifts wisely.
Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, Ki ata hu melech adon, lechu shalom, v'tu beinecha levarech et amcha, Yisrael, v'chol eit uv'chol shah, b'shlomecha. May you grant eternal peace to your people, the source of peace. And may it be good to bless your people Israel. every hour with peace. Oh, Holy One of blessing, you bless your people, Israel, with peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam, ki ata hu melech adon, lecha shalom, shalom, v'tov beinecha, levarech et amcha, Yisrael, b'chol lit uv'chol sha'a, b'shlomecha. May you grant eternal peace to your people Israel, because you are God, the source of all peace. And may it be good in your eyes to bless your people Israel in every season, in every hour, with peace. Holy One of blessing, you bless your people Israel with We take a few moments, find that peace within.
How awesome is this? I want you to picture this extended mishpacha singing, praying together, and multiply it by about 500. I'll do the math for you. It adds up to roughly 290,000. That's how many Jews showed up on the National Mall this past Tuesday. Together with Rabbi Rudin, our executive director, Jane Sable-Friedman, and close to 25 LTers, some of whom are here, it was the experience of a lifetime to be there on Tuesday, standing in solidarity with Israel in support of the hostages against anti-Semitism, participating in the largest pro-Israel gathering in U.S. history. The day was honestly surreal for those of us who went. We left in thick darkness long before sunrise, and our caravan of buses rolled back in darkness again. But in between was abundant light. On Tuesday, we felt the light of hope. Hope that more hostages may yet be reunited with their families, that Israel may one day again be secure. The light of youth. 30,000 students at the front of the rally, publicly and proudly affirming their Judaism. And the light of collective prayer, welling up from so many different individuals, but whose voices came together urgently, passionately, and peacefully. For whether it was the Chabadniks pushing their Shabbos candles, or this female Reform rabbi who had to out herself to one of them, couldn't have of prayer to carry us through this brokenness we've been feeling, to help us and Israel on our journeys to healing, individually and as a people. And so we turn to our prayer of healing tonight, and as so many melodies, a treat to sing them together with the very individuals who composed them. In particular, this Shabbat, our Larchmont Temple family is praying for the healing of Jerry Golner, Nancy Hanley, Pat Ryan, Marlo Wiggins, Stanley Tereski, Paul Wiggins, Dick Stone, Hannah Stampelman, Eden Elton, Andy Rosenthal, Dan Zimmerman, Joseph Spinelli, Jody Kahn, Samuel Phillip, Ariel Eden, Ian Spear, Joanne Tobin, Abby Zatoon, Brad Dembski, Barry Fenner, Gabriel Morse, Jeffrey Amdor, Kristen Harris, Irv Cohen, June Foreman, Millie Marmer, Susan Frankel, Jack Blumenfrucht, Cabrine Calamari, Kira Rutman, Frank Fazzolari, Marion Froelich, Barbara Schiff, Karen Green, and Jackie Pearsall. We rise together as one community, taking hands with the person next to you if you're comfortable, and sharing aloud together the names of anyone for whom we are praying. I invite you to speak those words as we join together in this prayer of healing for us all.
Rifa'enu Adonai v'nei rafeh.
Shienu v'nir v'sheha.
El karov lechol korav, ach karov l're'av yish'or. We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul. For strength
מי שברך אבותינו, מי שברך
אמותינו, הושיענה.
We pray for healing of people.
We pray for healing of the land and peace
For every race and nation,
every person, every child, and in
oh please heal us now, please heal us now, הנפש ורפואת הגוף, רפואה שלמה, הנפש ורפואת הגוף, רפואה שלמה, heal us now, heal us now, heal us now, heal us.
This week's Torah portion, Toldot, opens with the words, Eila Toldot Yitzchak. These are the generations of Isaac. And thus begins the next link as the story of the Jewish people unfolds across the pages of Genesis. Similarly, tonight, as we look around this sanctuary, we might echo, Eila Toldot Rav Serkman. These are the generations of Rabbi Serkman. From joining Rabbi Poehler Cantor Graham as a new young rabbi and father, raising his 4 beautiful children who are here tonight together with his beloved Susan of blessed memory, and with clergy and lay partners at Larchmont Temple and our wider interfaith community over these past 36 years, Rabbi Serkman has taught and inspired, counseled and comforted generations of Jews. We would be here tonight, not just all night, but all the way straight through to the spring gala, if we included every single voice of those he's touched over these years. But we want to save a few tributes for the spring as well. And so for tonight, we've asked just a select few of those nearest and dearest to Rabbi Serkman to help capture some of the magic that he has brought to us over these 36 years. His son Gabe, representing the Serkman Kids clan, Bishop Wayne Powell of Straight Gate Church, his spiritual collaborator, representing the many deep interfaith relationships he's built, and Rabbi Billy Dreskin, or as he always says, my friend Billy. He's real, he's not an imaginary friend. He's right there. Rabbi Billy Dreskin, who has shared Rabbi Serkman's journey with him ever since seminary. Gabe, please.
A reflection on 36 years. An avid Boston sports fan, a man who values helping others over helping himself, a man with an amazing head of hair. Who am I describing? Of course, it's me, Gabe Serkman. Well, I guess these details also describe my dad, but if this is a celebration of 36 years, and I am currently completing my 36th year on this earth, maybe I'm a good choice for the honoree too. I'm obviously just kidding. Still, you'll have to indulge me to share my experience of my dad's 36 years at Larchmont Temple. Anyone who's ever heard my dad speak knows that any good sermon is structured using a list of 3 things. And 36. These are not the winning numbers for tomorrow's Powerball. You can play them if you want, but I make no guarantees. These numbers are years in my life that happen to correspond with my dad's years of service here at Larchmont Temple. For the numerologists among us, let's say the doubling from each number to the next represents the exponential growth of the impact that my dad has had on countless congregants, community members, and strangers. Let's start. Year 9, summer 1996. Our family is finally complete. Sophie Alice arrives in early July, marking 9 years of sacred service for my dad. Thanks. Family and friends gather in the front yard of 21 Larchmont, the congregational home, and so begins our life as a whole Cirkman family. Mom, Dad, Aaron, Al, Sophie, and me. You can't really understand my dad's 36 years at LT without understanding our family. Our family revolved around the temple and vice versa, Shabbat and holidays with our house jam-packed with family and friends. My mom's table always open, always with extra chairs and meals ready, guidance, counsel, love, ready for any kid or adult who needed it. And just as my dad brought the temple home to 21 Larchmont, we were part of the physical fabric of the temple too. If you wanted to spend time with Dad, be close to him, you could wait for him to get home from meetings and obligations, or you could just go to the temple. Planned or unplanned, he was ready to have special time for me, for us. It didn't matter how important the task he was doing, how important the meeting. He'd pause to let me know that as important as his job was to his congregants and to him, that he always had time and energy for us. Even today, if I call my dad and he's in the middle of an important meeting, he picks up, talks to me, then politely lets me know that he's in the middle of a meeting. It didn't matter to me that he worked so much because I knew he had something unique. He so loved his job that it ceased to be work and became purpose. And he still found a way to make my school lunch, drive us to school, sing Close Your Eyes and Sweet Baby James to me at bedtime. The comfort, the joy, the love, the wisdom that he so effortlessly gave to each of his congregants made all the sacrifice more than worthwhile. He seamlessly blended our family with his work life at Temple, creating symbiotic systems that continue to sustain him today. Number 2. Year 18. You gotta fast forward a little bit. September 2006, we arrive in Michigan, my mom, dad, and me. We set up my small dorm room, we eat some Zingermans, and then my parents leave. And I'm on the own for the first time in my life. And any of you who really knows me knows I'm a little bit of an anxious person, definitely an anxious kid, and that being alone was not my favorite. But what I didn't realize was that through observing my mom and my dad, how they impacted others, how they gave endlessly of themselves, how they listened, how they built self-sustaining, concentric communities around themselves, I had all the tools to be just fine. Returning home to Larchmont during that year for the holidays and breaks, I was comforted and reassured by the routines of our house and our temple family. And I also began to realize that part of the Jeffrey Cirkman model for success is to leave the nest, to find a partner who fills the gaps in your life skills and abilities, and build a community through generously sharing all you can with those around you. And then you get to reap the dividends in love, admiration, support, and joy beyond what you could ever imagine. Number 3. Year 36, November 2023. It's now. Here we are, celebrating my dad and his incredible 36 years of service, 36 years of teaching, supporting, and building this amazing community. But when I think about it, I know that what he's received from this community is invaluable. And though he didn't do a single act of kindness, love, or support with possible returns in mind, this community has given him everything. When we lost my mom, I knew my dad would never be the same. And I worried about him, if he'd be able to go on without the person who is probably the real hero of this story. The cook, the therapist, the fighter, the dreamer, the Serkman family CEO. But when we lost my mom, this community propped my dad up, gave him continued purpose and meaning, and since decades of intertwining our family and the LT family had laid the groundwork, my dad could continue on, because although my mom isn't here in her physical body, she remains in every corner of 21 Larchmont and 75 Larchmont and every step on the 3 blocks in between. I'm so proud I'll always be able to find him here at Larchmont Temple. I love you.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in the law he doth meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in its season. His leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. This is the person that we've come to honor tonight. When I say that Jeffrey Serkman is probably one of the finest human beings I have ever met, and that over the course of my life, he has been Proverbs 17:17 to me. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is for adversity. Solomon points to the value of a true friend. And a brother, he says, a true friend is always loving, and a brother helps in trying times. A true friend and genuine brother exhibits true love in unfavorable circumstances as well as the favorable ones. Over these 30-plus years, our relationship has been so amazing, and Jeffrey has been a friend and brother to me, my family, Shayna, Justin, Faith, Joshua, and Zoe, saying that you have been a blessing to so many. And tonight is proof of that tremendous work that you've given. I usually call Jeffrey on Wednesday his day off. But when I call him, he's still working for the temple. I have been privileged over the years to sit in class with him on Saturday, as I will tomorrow, and with so many wonderful people that I've grown to love here. But I want to say to all of you that, Stray Kid, if you would just stand with me for a moment, that we stand with you, and that as long as we are in space and time, we will always stand with Israel, because we believe the promise of Genesis 12, and we believe that it's truly going to come to pass. Jeffrey, you know I love you, and you have been, do me a favor, just tell somebody you're a gift to me. That's what we have to remember, that we are gifts to each other. And I always bring a gift, so I got a gift for you. Pastor Milton Van.
Forgive my Hebrew if I mess it up a little bit. Take all mistakes in love. Avir harim salul kayain, וריח אורני נישא ברוח ארבעים עם כל פעמונים ותרדמת אילן ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדר יושבת ובליבה של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני
Oh my God. I was planning on singing Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. Give me a minute and let me see if I got anything else. That was just extraordinarily beautiful. And I don't mean the singing, and the singing was just exquisite, but the friendship that you all have shared with Jeffrey and with this congregation through the years, I've watched it from afar, and I've watched it from up close at times too, and it is just one of the most beautiful things that I've heard about and witnessed and experienced, and what a blessing you all are for each other. Thank you for being here with our friend and with us tonight. Oh my. So I was here 36 years ago when you installed young Rabbi Jeffrey Serkman. And frankly, I can't believe I have to repeat myself, but for those of you who don't remember, I'm going to say this one more time, once every 36 years. Should be okay. He likes that number. Uncle Jeffrey and I met in line to register for classes on our sort of first day in Jerusalem, Israel in 1982, as we began our rabbinical studies together. And it was rather instantaneous that our friendship grew. My friendship with him, Ellen's friendship with him, and with Susan, So much there to talk about. And here's the thing. Jeffrey was an original member of Beged Kefet. Do you remember that? I told you 36 years ago. So Beged Kefet back then, we were kind of like the Beatles of the contemporary Jewish music world. A little too far? Okay, but go with me on this, because Jeffrey was kind of like our Pete. He was with us and he sang with us for I think about 2 weeks, and then he felt he had outclassed us, was going to go off and be with people who deserve him, and our families have been close ever since. And by our families, I mean our families, because a lot of us in Beged Kefet were there. That was where it was formed, and we all grew close and are just so, so excited and delighted to be here tonight. This is just one example of the kind of person that you know Rabbi Serkman to be. When you asked him, you know who you are, said to him that you wanted to commission some great Jewish music celebrity to write a piece of music in his honor, what great Jewish music celebrity would he like? And he said, I want my friend Billy. And they said, you don't understand. We want to get you a great Jewish music celebrity. And then when you asked him who he would like to have sing here this evening, he could have asked for any number of well-known, incredibly popular current performers, and he said that he wanted to raise the dead and have Beged Kefet come and perform. And that's literally, almost literally raising the dead, because Beged Kefet from 1982 to about, 20 years we sang, and about 14 years ago we stopped singing. And I said to Jeffrey, I don't think I can get them. But I'll give them a try, and sure enough, they all said that they would be here, including Cantor Ricky Lippitz, who sings in Chicago now, who lives in Chicago. I assume you sing there also. And they're all here because they all wanted to be part of the celebration to honor you this evening. "14 years is a long time to not rehearse, though." But the point is this. Rabbi Jeffrey Serkman isn't impressed by celebrity or any other of the other trappings of conventional society. He cares about one thing, human relationship. The relationships that he has built with the people in his life, the relationships that he has built with you in his life, the relationships that he has built with the people in as wide a community as he has been able to reach in all these years. That is what he is about. And so a few words about the piece of music that you're about to hear. I didn't write it alone. I wrote it with my wife, Ellen. She wrote the words. I wrote the words with her. If you want to see what it's like to tax a 40-year marriage, try to write one of the most important pieces of music you've ever created in your life together. Cantor Orangel and I hatched a plan. We got your rabbi to send me his very favorite sermons. I was a little disappointed that none of mine were in there. See, I can joke around too. I combed through them for some common themes, for some thoughts that he has shared in different ways across these 36 years. And from that, Ellen and I wrote this song. Then, while the cantor made sure that your rabbi stayed away from this room, Beged Kefet rehearsed with Shir Ami, with Shir Chadash, and of course with Cantor Orangel. Uncle Jeffrey has not heard the piece, and hopefully isn't. You don't have the booklet either. I have not a book ahead in the booklet. So I don't know what it is. Good. So the theme of this piece of music is probably a big duh for you. It is panim el panim, a Hebrew phrase that means face to face. Of course, when you say it with a Boston Ashkenazic accent, it's punam el punam, which I'm sure you've heard this rabbi mention on any number of occasions. Panim el panim, face-to-face, references several biblical texts. First, it references Genesis 32, where Jacob wrestles all night with a divine being. And at the end of it, he exclaims, Ki ra'iti Elohim panim el panim. I have seen God face to face. We link that with another verse from Exodus, where we learn that V'diber Adonai el Moshe panim el panim. God would speak to Moses face to face. As your rabbi has taught and taught and taught, we spend our lives yearning to try to understand something of what this thing God is in the universe. And in trying to figure it out, to maybe some way, somehow connect with God. And to do so, Oh, it would be so wonderful if we could do so in a way that we could describe it as having been a brief moment, panim el panim. Imagine spending a little bit of time face to face with God. There's one more, very, very bad circumstances, very angry at each other, and spent 20 years estranged from each other. The 20 years had ended, they're now coming to see each other. Neither of them really understands what this meeting is going to be. But when it happens, it is an incredibly beautiful moment. And as they embrace, Jacob says to his brother, Ki ra'iti fanecha kir'ot panei Elohim. Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. I believe that every minute, every waking hour of Rabbi Jeffrey Serkman's life is spent seeing the face of God in how he looks at each and every one of you, of us. It is the way that we wish all conflicts in this world, personal and global, could resolve. That instead of becoming angry, instead of hurting each other, that we would surprise ourselves and we would look at each other and say, oh my God, looking at you is like looking into the face of God. This is, I think, his greatest wish, and we've all been trying to learn that from him these many years. For him, being a rabbi is all about relationships. Relationships with each other, with friends, and with as much of the world as he can possibly take in and be part of. There is nothing more important to him than soul touching soul, heart touching heart, mind touching mind, and love touching love. So Ellen and I set about trying to create a piece of music that would capture this and to honor this dear, precious person who cares so much about the connections that link us and our world together, and who you have been so fortunate to call your rabbi these many decades. Beged Kefet is going to join me, I think. Will you? Okay. Who, sharing this love for Jeffrey Serkman, a love that stretches back to that first summer in 1982, all of us gathered in this sanctuary whenever you got to know him first. We honor him, we honor you, Jeffrey, for your years of service to Larchmont Temple, to the Jewish community, and to the wider community of humankind. He is our mensch, a term he uses frequently. He lives it, and he teaches us how to live it. Tonight, it is a well-deserved moment for us to thank you.
Gaia.
As I live my life, may I magnify my view, so that in my friends and family I see you.
Whether standing tall or stumbling on the roads we share,
When I'm open to my loved ones, you are there.
To everyone who cares for me, may I selflessly turn.
always meeting them with kindness and concern.
Because these are the moments when it all becomes clear that these are the moments when you are here. Face to face, heart to heart, hand to hand, life's the art of mixing colors, weaving dreams, sharing our humanity through a welcoming embrace, and knowing that we've seen God's face. Ki ra'iti Kirot B'nei Elohim, living life Panim El Panim.
Opening my heart beyond those whom I have known.
May I hear each person's story as my own. Reaching out with love and reverence,
Breaking down old walls.
in the sound of every voice, I hear your call. Face to face, heart to heart, hand to hand, life's the art of mixing colors, weaving dreams, sharing our humanity through a welcoming embrace, and knowing that we've seen God's face. Kirot B'nei Elohim, living life Panim El Panim. Panim.
I know you only want me to grow,
You want me to
unabashedly explore where you were hiding before. But I was not aware the doors to you aren't rare.
They're everywhere.
I look around the universe
filled with awe at its design.
and I'm stunned. Your image
Lives inside of mine. Your image lives. We meet in the mirror and in everything I do. Loving self and loving others, it's always you shining through.
Face to face, heart to heart, hand to hand, life's the art of mixing colors, weaving dreams, sharing our humanity through a loving embrace. Welcome and knowing that we've seen God's face. We've seen God's face. Hira'iti panecha, Kirot B'nei Elohim, living life Panim El Panim, living face to face, Panim El Panim.
That was great. That was great. That's great. Wait, wow. You know, I'm speechless, almost. So here's the thing, and you know, I wrote this like a week ago and tweaked it, I don't know, a few times.
I've never seen this booklet or heard this song. Just realize that. Talk about a Punim to Punim face-to-face encounter. And to certain ones of you, was Amy Froelich, it is not Yom Kippur, you do not get credit. I'm just telling you right now. What are all of you doing here? What is going on? You know, I hope at least that your being here tonight, each and every one of you, is a gift to me beyond words, though there is a word for it. Looking out at all of you, and there's a lot of people here, what I do not see is a sea of faces, nor do I actually see members. I see people about whom I deeply care, who've shared this journey together with me. Mostly, I see us together in moments, reflected in almost every face I see. Singularly special Punim to Punim moments, which is, by the way, that's how you say it, Punim to Punim. Where do you come from? By the way, Cincinnati, they eat spaghetti with chili. It's disgusting. He made me eat it twice, never again. I see beautiful Punim to Punim moments just across the spectrum and across the years. On this bima, together. Well, you remember the bima that used to face that way that went up, see where Steve Lipton is standing, right? Steve, there were steps that went up. There was rocks and mirrors in the walls. It was neo-60s Long Island. It was not... carpet, very red. It was not what we wanted. But it was beautiful at the time. And we changed it. It was good. It was good. I see moments at gravesides. In your living room, a circle of support that helped hold you up. Under a chuppah, with you lifting us up with your love. Timeless, filled with feeling, faces in classrooms and corridors. If you were a confirmand, how many people here were Larchmont Temple confirmands? How cool is that? How cool is that, right? You probably hear James Taylor in the background right now as you write in your breed books. Or for post-cons at the diner, faces posing questions, disagreeing in heated debate, heads nodding, hearts hearing. I see eyes welling up, smiles that say more than words ever could. I see faces of kids who used to be 10 and are now 42. I see 40-somethings now approaching 80. Parents who become grandparents, some fortunate souls even grown very old. And I see far too many faces weathered by loss, which is why I also see faces who are no longer here. I picture them just as they were, somehow in my mind and in your hearts, just as they still are, sharing their wisdom, feeding us their favorite catchphrase, some of them feeding us their favorite dish, helping us recognize their reflection whenever we bring their love to life. The setting for me changes over the years. It could be early July morning, perhaps my favorite place in the world to be, the library at Manor House at Eisner Camp. James Taylor's playing. James Gelsey, who's right over there, walks down from the balcony from his room, and he says, "Serkman again." Or it could be the red clay roads of Shiur at Camp Coleman in Cleveland, Georgia. Or the rabbi's study at Beth Elohim in Park Slope. Or the CL. Was that Saul Kaiserman? Could you escort him up, please? Escort him up. Love you, Saul. Love you. Could be the CL at HUC, where I've been fortunate to be able to serve and teach and learn for the past 22 years. Mind you, the faces are never alone, no matter the setting. It's always punam to punam. One looking out, another looking in, and for very good reason. Because I believe there is no other way to see, or in this life, to be. People seeing one another for who they are, feeling accepted and loved, thus allowing themselves to be seen. No pretense, fully present, highly imperfect, beautifully broken people. Punam to punam faces. And here's the crazy, surprisingly sacred thing. All these moments taken together are not alone the answer to who I am, but why we are all here. Many of you know my go-to guy when it comes to life philosopher. Martin Buber explains the purpose of our existence in a single 5-word sentence. All real living is meeting. All real living is meeting. When I'm there for you, open-armed and open-hearted, listening to what you say and what you do not, genuinely caring without judging, empowering you, to be real, to be seen. Something magical happens, for in that meeting moment, as you enable me to be my best self, lifting each other up, in that betweenness, God magically appears. When Moses, who spent more time than any other human being, punam to punam with the Holy One, asks, "Show me your glory," in essence saying, "Let me see you already, for crying out loud." The Holy One explains, "No one can see my face and live, but my presence will pass by. I'll put you in the cleft of the rock, and you'll see my achor." Usually translated in the text as "my back," bad translation. It actually means my afterwards. In other words, my after effect. God tells Moses and us, "You will see what it feels like just after I've been there." For 36 years, you have enabled me to see the face of God. Every punam to punam, reflecting the face of the one who cannot be seen, yet who can be very much felt, like right now. For if you feel the care we have and continue to share through this amazing covenant community we have created, the lives we've touched, changed, the love we have given and received, that feeling in your heart, I would say more possibly in your kishkis, is nothing other than the Holy One shining through. So please know that I could not be more grateful to you, this LT family, for raising me and teaching me, for guiding me and gifting me with the chance to serve. All my B'nai Mitzvah and confirmation kids who are not kids anymore, and Chevra Torah regulars, to my pastor partners in crime, my twin brother, Wayne, LT leaders with whom I've led and learned, cantors, rabbis, rabbinic interns, past, too many to name. Whatever I may have taught you pales in comparison to all you have taught me. Of course, my many mentors, some here tonight, some who could not be here, others whose spirit still speaks. Professor Wiesel, Dr. Borowitz, Cantor Graham, Rabbi H. Leonard Polar. They are intrinsically part of who I am. I could not be more grateful to serve with this LT Dream Team. Yes, Leora and Katie and Eve and Jane and Laura and Ashira and Crystal and Laura and Shara and Carlos and Marco and Marvin. Who did I forget? Who? No, remain calm. I got Julia coming. They're always out to criticize. I just want to tell you. And supporting and sustaining everything, the unparalleled Julia. And all the faces that forge our sacred LT leadership, you see them here, LT partnership, for doing what you do so well enables me to do what I love to do best. And please know, as I hope you do, that this moment took a Herculean effort by our cantor, Katie Orangel, to organize, craft, orchestrate. She literally has made this moment and our present possible. What an incredible gift you have given to me. You just don't know. And the fact that Beged Kefet came back together is, in my book, akin to a Beatles reunion concert. Who said the Rolling Stones couldn't rock anymore? Lester and Benj, Leon, Ricky, Beth, Ellen, and Billy. You know, Susan and I were your first groupies. We didn't miss a concert. We drove to some crazy places to hear these guys. And as you can see, for me, your music, Beged Kefet singing, is Torah Misinai. It is what holy is supposed to sound like. As far as the Dreskins, they're family to me. They know me very, very well. I could not dream of a more beautiful piece of music, more fit to a T for me. I wrote that before I ever heard it, so how would I know? But it was really good. It was really good. I do think it could be the opening for like a Broadway musical, I think. Not about me, though. I think it would be about seeing God's face. We call it God's face. How about the face? Okay. He's such a problem. The love that I have for the Dreskin family, for Billy and Ellen, Aiden and Katie, for Jonah Alafa Shalom, is exceeded only by my adoration for who you are and what you do. You're a role model, and I couldn't ask for more. And then, of course, to be specific, there's my friend Billy. And I know this is going to cost me a corned beef sandwich and a lot of pickles. The way it works in life is this, if you're a rabbi. Every rabbi gets a chaver, friend. But it's much more than a friend. You just get one, a study, life, search partner with whom you share it all, who helps you reach and supports you for just being you. One other rabbi you entrust with your entire being. I got Billy. And because of it, I am the rabbi you see before you today. He is my punim to punim life compass. When I get a little lost, he looks at my face and he reminds me where I need to go. And there are precious punims in my life that help me remember where I've been. To actually have my family here is pretty cool. My sister Rhonda and her kids, my cousins with whom I grew up in Haverhill at Bubby and Solly's, or Lowell at Nana and Zadie's, or 99 Sale Street or 32 Hanson Terrace. Cousins who outsang me in Hebrew at the Seder easily. My cousin Mark, who was going to be here but couldn't, who taught me how to take a jump shot, hit a curveball, which I really can't do. And the Paul family, who is my family, who fed me a love like no other at 59 Park Street since I was 16 years old, a love that was loud, loyal, and intensely alive. You are the face that anyone would feel blessed to call family. Of course, you know the people I call family. Aaron and Alexander, Gabe, Chelsea, Sophie, and Ty. And of course, last but never least, my grandson, the Prince, Sawyer Wolf. My kids grew up here, as you heard, just like me. It is more than gratitude I give to them and owe them. I give them a love that makes me who I am, transcends time and distance, and hopefully helps them always know how fortunate I feel to be their father every single day. Of course, that is only possible because of the one person not present, but who is somehow always there, my 7th grade girlfriend who became my wife. Susan is largely responsible for all of you showing up, for all the love you see and feel. I was just Jeff, who messed up the grocery list and forgot to take out the garbage regularly, and still who was unconditionally, undyingly loved. My Dolly modeled for me that punam to punam really means heart to heart, which is why this unimaginable moment, my heart is filled to overflow. I often say to people, I am the luckiest rabbi in America. Look around. Tonight, you understand. I'm not kidding. Better than starting for the Boston Celtics or playing shortstop for the Red Sox. Being your rabbi these 36 years has helped me face every day, come what may, with a spiritual light that you kept lit, enabling me to catch glimpses of God in your faces through the love and care we share. I think they call that covenant. Please know, for partnering with me in magically bringing it all to life, beyond blessed, I could not love you more. Thanks.
Shabbat Serkman Shalom. Shalom. I'm Steve Lehman, president of Larchmont Temple, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to welcome all of you to this overflowing sanctuary, and the hundreds more who have joined us through live stream to join us tonight for this special Shabbat celebration. If you think the president of this temple has any power or status, they made me speak after Rabbi Serkman. I'll do my best. I want to start by thanking all of our service participants who have just had a magnificent, magnificent service for us in every respect. Our own Shirami and Shir Kadash, who always bring us such joy and music. Joined by Beged Kefet. I don't know why you guys stopped being together, but if this is what your reunion looks like, you got to take it on the road. It's spectacular. And the Judah Choir and music from Straight Gate, which just uplifts us all the time. And if you haven't been to services over Martin Luther King weekend, when we join with them and our choir and their choir join together in this room, you've got to come see it. They blow the roof off. I mean, not really, because we just redid the roof, but it's an amazing, amazing thing. Or go join with them at any one of their services. They are a real treat to have with us and a friendship that is just unparalleled. So we love you all and welcome you with us tonight, and thank you. I want to wish an advance mazel tov to our Benot Mitzvot, or tomorrow's Benot Mitzvot, who couldn't quite make it through the night, but that's understandable. Nina and Layla, who are going to be teaching us tomorrow. What's that? Oh, there she is. We were just talking about you. This is a bit of a tough act to follow, huh? Yeah, a little daunting. Don't worry. Tomorrow, it's your show, and you're going to be incredible. If you haven't looked at the Devarim Torah online, or come tomorrow to hear them teach it or read it, they're both beautiful. They teach us about sibling rivalry, about family dynamics, and really have some insightful and meaningful things to add. And I know that, your parents and your family, they may not play favorites like maybe when Toldot, but they are incredibly proud of you. Dana and David, all your family with you here tonight, Cheryl and their family and the Selig family, all of them and all of us are so proud of you and really excited to hear you teach us tomorrow. There's no time for regular announcements, but this is an audience I just couldn't pass up, so I had to plug a few things. This coming Sunday, 2 great events. Our first Brotherhood breakfast at 10 a.m. We're going to be hearing from Marty Tankloff, who is an advocate for those who have been wrongly convicted, he himself having been wrongly convicted and taking 16 years to finally exonerate himself. And Adnan Syed, who has been through a justice roller coaster of his own that you just cannot imagine. Please come Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you can sign up online through the weekly email or on the website. And then Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m., we have the Interfaith Thanksgiving service and meal, breaking bread with our neighbors. That's going to be at St. Thomas Episcopal Church in Mamaroneck. Now more than ever is so important to be strengthening our interfaith bonds. And all of our interfaith neighbors have, held their hands out to us, and we want to share with them and be with them as much as we can. So I encourage you to please join that. I'm not going to make a long speech. We've already heard from a lot of people. But, I want to get you guys going. More importantly, I'm the president and the caterers are on the clock. So we need to move this along. I just want to say that everything you've heard tonight has been so true, and that one of the true blessings of my role has been the opportunity to partner and spend regular time with Jeffrey. And he is exactly the same in our one-on-one sessions every week as he is with every other time you see him up here on the bema, out in a crowd, at a dinner. He is just the genuine article, and what you see is what you get. We are blessed not only to have had him with us here for 36 years and hopefully many more to come, but also because over this time, through some kind of a combination of intentionality, modeling, and pure osmosis, our congregation itself has come to embody so many of these wonderful qualities that we heard about you tonight in a way that I'm confident will be the hallmark of this congregation for many generations to come. And we thank you for that. In addition to our service participants, I want to thank all those who made this event possible. Our custodial staff, who did an incredible job setting up this room and this space, and who, unbelievably, as soon as we're done, are going to convert the entire social hall into another area for us to gather and enjoy ourselves. So we ask that please let the people there leave first so that we can move those chairs out of the way and do that magic transformation. I want to thank our office staff who has just moved mountains to get the message out and make sure this is all coordinated well. Our AV team who's done an incredible job with all of our sound and our video. Our board member ushers who came here tonight on short notice and who are going to help move everybody around as we finish the service. Our tireless, but I'm sure quite tired, Executive Director Jane Sable-Friedman. And for all the work that went into planning this service and event, our clergy team, minus Jeffrey, they're part of our clergy team, but Rabbi Leora Frankel and Cantor Katie Orengel, just an incredible job, just a magnificent service. And the Shabbat Serpent planning team listed in your programs, Yvette Gorovich, Karen's, both Green and Zimmerman, Carol's, both Scheffler and Scharf, Martha Steinman, and Adam Deutsch, and if the program is to be believed, the entirety of Brotherhood was involved in planning this. We thank you all. Jeffrey, our beloved rabbi, on the behalf of all the people who put this together, and on behalf of the Larchmont Temple Board of Trustees and our entire congregation, I want to give you, come on up here. I'm not sure I'm going to show this. This is the entirety of the Panem El Panem.
Wow, this is cool. This is very nice.
We know you can't sing it, so we wanted you to have it up on the wall so you could at least enjoy it. And the inscription, if I may, sir.
Please.
Panem El Panem, dedicated to Rabbi Jeffrey J. Serkman, with love from a grateful community for 36 years of sacred leadership, Larchmont Temple, November 17, 2023. Thank you so much.
Just set that down somewhere, but you stay, and I want to invite your children to come join you up here. As I ask Beged Kefet to open the ark doors, this is the moment we've been most nervous about logistically. Can the ark doors open? I think they can. I want to invite everyone to rise because we want to conclude our tribute section with an opportunity to include all of our voices in these words of blessing. So, Rabbi, I'm going to ask you and your kids to face this way. Go stand with him.
Go stand with me. Come here, stand with me.
Because so many of us each Shabbat have recited a litany of gratitude, that prayer, Modim Anachnu Lach, how grateful we are, that we wanted the opportunity for all of us to express Modim Anachnu Lecha, how grateful we all are to you. So look alive, everyone, because there's lots of categories here. Hopefully everyone fits into at least one of them. Some of you, I know many, whether you were a child here, a parent here, etc. Hopefully you'll hear the voices coming from all around to offer these words of blessing. For the stories and sketches, for magical Jewish memories, for making this place our second home, Modim Anachnu Lecha. For your warmth and welcome, for helping us raise mensches, for caring for our children like your own. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For blessings on the bima, for Torah scrolls past press, from generation to generation. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For stretching our minds and expanding our souls, for encouraging us to search and seek, to find our voices and listen for God's. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For standing with us under the chuppah, for bringing our offspring into the covenant, for elevating our most joyous moments. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For bringing light into our darkest days, for words of comfort which soothe, for capturing the lives of our loved ones. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For helping us dig deep in Torah's well, for weaving weekly tapestries of text and sending us off with sods of wisdom. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For building bridges of understanding and coalitions of compassion, for joyful song and prayer we've shared. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For leading with values and vision, for sowing seeds of sacred service, for inviting us to be your partners. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For modeling and mentoring, for building teams that feel like family, for your empathy and enthusiasm. Modim Anachnu Lecha. For the passion of your teaching and preaching, for so tenderly holding our hands and touching our hearts, for 36 years of filling our lives with abundant blessing. Modim Anachnu Lecha. Amen. So facing our open ark, we remain standing. You just turn right around. You're just where you need to be.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were freed to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? Alleluia, it's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. What stories will be told of us when we are here no more? We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Alleluia, Shabbat. It's time to live our praise. It's up to us to to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to change. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Aleinu l'shabeach. It's time to live our praise. Oh, wait, left facing you or?
I'm staying in there.
As we turn to words of Kaddish on the bottom of page 13, we think of all those panim, of all those beautiful faces who have filled these pews through the years. We think in particular and remember with love and reverence those for whom a yahrzeit is observed this Shabbat in our community. Minnie Goldman, Marilyn Winkelstein, H. Roger Spiegel, Jean Harrison, Betsy Jo Reich, Shirley Dorman, Norman Haas, Arnold Grebler, Linda Gross, Sadie Siegel, Max Ettingen, William Horowitz, Milton Schumann, Gertrude Schwartzman, Sheldon Landau, Patty Aaron Ross, Sue Silverstein, Rosalind Force, Nathan Walker, Carrie Sharkazy, Elliot M. Sanger Jr., Charles Zilberberg, John I. Slavin, Robert Charles Friedman, Bessie Puro, Milton Levinger, Joel Burtman, Seymour Evans, Goldina Toronto, Saul Gittleman, Sally Sachs, Judith Seidman, Zelda Goldberg, Joseph I. Robbins, Florence M. Levy, Joseph Markowitz, Sis Furshgund, Isidore Miller, Samuel Cooper, Saul Newman, and Bernice Brooks. To their names, we link those for whom a period of shloshim of 30 days continues to be observed. Christopher Provenazzo, husband of Chelsea, father of Andrew and Ella, detective sergeant for the state of New Jersey. Claire Harmon, my dear cousin. Aaron Weiss, husband of Marilyn, father of Amy Land and Richard. Wendy Simon Weiss and Avi, grandfather of 5. Marcia Ruth Silvers, mother of Jonathan Silvers, Courtney Tuttle, and Allison. Elaine Schoengood, aunt of Matt Schoengood, great aunt of Amanda Skosid and Jake Silvestri. Gail Harrington, wife of Mike Harrington, sister-in-law of Mary Ann, Dennis, and Lynn, dear friend of Philip Hohenstein and Lisa Schnapper. Leon Pollock, father of Robin Perlman, Jeff, and Andrea Gabay, husband of Catherine, grandfather of 5. We think, too, of course, of all of those IDF soldiers, including 4 friends of Dr. Cover's nephew, Ilan, so many who have fallen in defense of Israel, innocent lives that have been taken all around the region. And to their names, we add any others that you are thinking of in this moment as we remember them and their love, too. We affirm the gift of their love and the legacy that they leave us, joining together in these words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma tirach yiruteh, ve'amlich malchuteh, v'chayachon u'v'yomachon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei almayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudasha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imromah, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. So as we turn to our concluding song, just some logistical reminders. Not that you're going to listen to me, but try to listen. Everyone in that back section, as Steve said, is invited to go straight after our closing song to the garden room. You get first dibs at the nosh in there. Everyone in here, we're going to linger a little longer and also start at the open bar in the lobby. Everyone wins as they close this wall, as we set up, and then everyone is invited to please stay, nosh, schmooze, wish Rabbi Serkman a mazel tov.
shofar, hallelujah, benever v'chino, hallelujah, betov u'macho, hallelujah, beninim ve'ukal, hallelujah, take a shofar, hallelujah.